All right, we're back with this mountain dwarf. It's been a serious struggle so far. Had some really bad near-death experiences already, and pretty low on resources overall. I've had to use a lot of consumables just to make it to this point. Originally wanted to go Sifmuna, but had to take Eli, or maybe didn't have to, but took Eli just as something to, maybe save my life, because even by D4, or D5, where Temple was, I had to go upstairs to D4 Temple. Even that early, the character felt like in really bad shape. So one sec. Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, took Eli early, and it did end up saving our life a couple times, so I don't think it was a poor decision, but not really excited about Eli. And got a D11 layer too, so as late as possible. But we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it's not too awful. But okay, blink scroll, great. I mean, if we keep, on the trend that we're on, which is downward very much, we're gonna be, slowly run out of resources, right? And eventually succumb to consumable attrition, where we just don't have viable options anymore that can help us get through these awful situations we're running into. Finding blink is big though, so that's nice. And this is, the main weakness for Earth Elementalist, right? You just have to take everything one at a time for what feels like quite a while, right? Bombard doesn't solve that. Mages have to go into a totally different school just to have better options than Stone Arrow. Stone Arrow's good, but a bit lackluster overall. Happy to have it, but kind of need something else, right? Right, like I'm spending a full mana bar on Stone Arrow just to kill one thing, which doesn't feel great. deal with more doom. I already have enough. Please be nice. Alright, that's something. I don't have our poise though, so that's not great. Eli maybe? Yeah, let's just not risk getting confused and potentially hosed. Just gonna get, or try to get more mana at this point. The real limiting factor right now. Volcano. I don't think there are many volcano layouts that don't have significant fire damage. Like you'll occasionally get you can get like an ice cave around lair that'll just be, or mostly just be, lair monsters. I don't know that can happen with volcanoes. So I'm not gonna rush to find it or anything. But if we get across it, we can at least look and like, maybe if we recognize the layout and know how hard it is, it might be doable. I wouldn't count on it though. This, yeah, I think these floor tiles. Yep. So, what do we have? There's one layout that's really, really difficult, and like as soon as you step out of the starting area, the way out collapses behind you, right? So like you have to fight your way through it, at least partially. We could get something with ogres, maybe. That wouldn't be too horrible, but I think it typically has like a red draconian, right? And we don't. We have one blink, right? I don't think this is it. It has like a lava lake around it. No, this looks like the fortress. No, I think this is too small. Or maybe not. But also, if we just get... I mean, if we get fire dumped on us, we just may die from the clouds, right? So, I don't think this is a good idea. I really don't. I don't think I should do this. Yeah, scent of sulfur. There's the clouds. Yeah, this isn't. Wait, this. It is diggable. So it's possible I can like dig into the wall to get away from the clouds if they're that bad. Okay, this is not the fortress. I'm pretty sure it's bad though. It's just gonna be bad when we open the door. Not as bad as I thought. Worse than I thought. Okay, bye. No, thank you. We're not fighting a Hell Knight with no RF. That's not happening. We already very nearly died I mean, should have died, honestly, in a gauntlet. And I'm not gonna risk it again for a portal I shouldn't be in. Got lucky once, I'm not gonna count on getting lucky twice. I really don't want to fight both these things at once if I can avoid it. Try not to step on that. Is this like a spoof on Hellion Island or something? No, just a little deep water. Okay, it's not been horrific so far. Hopefully it stays that way. But like you can see, we're running out of mana. Like one or two enemies at a time. So if we get in a situation where we're like surrounded, I have. Wait a minute. Yeah. I know there's not a ton of overlap, but I mean, I need to get either Freezing Cloud or OTR Ignite, I think. Not sure which would come online faster, be more useful. Yeah, it looks like Freezing Cloud would take more experience, I think, overall. We already have the conj, but also just, getting OTR and Ignite on doesn't mean we can't also get Freezing Cloud. All three would be a really strong setup. So we're just going in on Alchemy now. Because I can't do the whole game with Stone Arrow. It just doesn't work. See, like this. I mean, good thing we have high stealth, and can just like disengage. But or you can see if I just get a series of misses like that and get unlucky, we can just get lethally poisoned really easily. Eli can cure it, but again, it's piety, it's a limited resource. And using it up means we can't use other things potentially. Yeah, like it's not even, it's one blink frog, and it's a problem. 50%. Let's get it. Yeah, for how strong it is, all grips is really easy to get online. If I wanted, I could wear wizardry as well and just immediately have it, right? Yeah, down to 5%. There are times where, like, I'll keep actively swapping. Wizardry on and off for something like something that like lasts a decent duration, so you can like put the wizardry on, cast the thing. The most recent example I did it on I can think of is with Sphinx Sisters. So like a long-lasting summon that you're just spending one turn putting wizardry on for can be really effective. Especially if the miscasts are bad, like with summons. But this is gonna, should make a huge difference just in how easily and efficiently we can deal with most of this. Again, Stone Arrow is good, but it's really inefficient. Alright, Lightning Rod, happy to find. We have decent evo already, so that's really nice. Starting to recover. Don't want to jinx it, but probably should enchant the cloak, but with Scarf of Repulsion, I mean, we may not wear it. If we had like shoals, it would be the move, but you don't have our poise. Necro can't use. Yaras, that's great to see. And even Ignite's down to 13%, so let's get Ignite. Yeah, we'll get to 7. Do the same with Fire, or maybe 5. We'll do it. And then the rest we should be able to get with like spell casting. Resist pot, great. These new things. I don't know. So they can be poisoned, but I'm fairly sure warding is just going to prevent poison damage. Yeah. Poison warded from harm. So you just have to... And where can I even... placed, great. Yeah, 3 and 6. And second blank, okay. We're almost safe. Immolation, best scroll. Yeah. Clearly I could use some cheap viewers. Let's see. Or identify. Okay. So are we down to just... Yeah, just acquiring left. Okay. Fitted cloud, which is also excellent. If we had our poise, I would get it, but the plus side on this, or I mean, OTR Ignite is a genuinely amazing spell combo, but the fire magic is definitely not going to be wasted. Ideally, we get to Hellfire Mortar eventually, and that'll help with that. More blank, okay. You'll love to see it. Sure would like an artifact. Being a mountain dwarf and all. Or I don't know, some heavy armor that's worth wearing. As it is, we're weaker than a human. Like, genuinely would have been better off as a human. Now, Now with these spells, the game is a lot less scary. I say that and then get in a bad situation by not taking it seriously anymore. And this is something quite controversial, I think I do, but like on mages, if I'm not really sure where I'm gonna go, I don't need like a bunch of health, I'll just put points in spellcasting. Like a lot of times people will just get it to, you know, get as many spell levels as they need for the spells they want, but I think the mana combined with the spell success it does help with. Like I have 4 schools now, right? So, you know, kind of in effect spellcasting, if I care equally about all of them, spellcasting is just as valuable as anything else I could get. And it also gives mana. So, you know, early on I think that's the mana's the biggest gate to get over. Like you can handle most stuff in the game with most spells, like most starter spells. It's just you'll run out of mana before you're able to. So, you know, maybe not optimal, but that much. And again, like, you know, oh, whoops, 1 too many turns. But yeah, like I said earlier, just the spell casting will close the last little. I don't care. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can do that. But being in the cloud probably just keeps. Okay, it's not that bad. And Osra fridge too. Don't think we're gonna go the ice route, but good option. All right, that was much less awful. Are you okay? That was much less awful than the beginning of the game. Have found 0 shops so far, which is pretty abnormal, but feeling a lot better. A lot better about the character now. And Orc with OTR is just kind of very free. Only issues like obsidian bats. We have Mind Burst for them though, so. Ooh, not a good direction to go. How 1%? Yeah, the mighted guys are a problem now. I'll just do this. generators. Alright, good evocables we can get. Keep going with evocations. And try to be a little more conscious of messing around on this level. Typically you don't see a warlord on Orc 1, but this seems to be like a massive Orc 1. Alright, it's got at least 4 shops already. Might actually be useful because we have this silly no shields allowed mutation. Well, is it hiding? Is it hiding useless things when I search for that because of the mutation? No, it doesn't say I can't wear a shield, just can't block. Morningstar is a lot more likely to get that than the Lajatang. Okay, this time we gotta take this seriously. Kind of want to MO, but I've only got the 1, so. Poison might work. We could also just Rod, right? By the time the warlord gets near, we can do some good damage to it. Yeah, happy about that. Alright, that was much better. And yeah, again, same situation. We're just gonna assume there's even more warlords and just absolutely stacked with books here. Forgecraft, great. Probably won't buy Awakened Armor, but Blazeheart, not really. Alright, some options. Huge Orc 1. I don't think I've... Ooh, oh yeah, I remember this. This is the paralysis vault. It's all hornets and sorcerers, which is awful without enlightenment. Yeah, I think we want to TP again. And let's just ignore that for now. I don't even want to go near that. It's just overflowing anyways. Only... Okay, I have the will hat. Okay. Surprised how low the percent was. But good stuff so far. Let's keep going. I don't know. I don't know if Orc 1 having all those shops means Orc 2 won't. But it wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. this is the like stacked priest fort where it's got a million priests at once. Luckily, we are very, very well equipped for some nonsense like that. So we'll keep going with some fighting. And we're not fast, so we'll just do our best. Walk away. Yeah. Just honestly, the biggest thing I've noticed since converting to the Praecoror Church of Stealth is just how it's not so much for me about not waking things up, right? It's how easily things forget you, and then what that kind of lets you follow up with. So even if you stumble across some bullshit, it's so much easier to like disengage and just kind of deal with it piecemeal like this. Where before, like, if I had, no stealth trained or like very minimal, like that whole vault would have or the majority of it, would have just kind of chased me all the way to the stairs. And then I'm in a situation where like the stairs aren't safe anymore. And in a place like Orc, especially where you only have one a lot of the time to go down, really valuable just being able to deal with it like this. So big fan, 4 pips of stealth, working out pretty good. Yeah, even the para. I guess this is the one of the only good uses for this amulet. The para reduction. Still rather have almost anything else. Okay, and we didn't get... We have every evocable in the game and they're all cheap. But we didn't get, like, shorted on shops in Orc just because Orc 1 had a bunch. So this is really nice. Good translocation spells. It's a little late for me for ramparts, but there's the possibility, I guess, of moving towards ice, like for Freezing Cloud and Refridge, and just getting ramparts along the way, right? I don't think that's a really good path or really necessary, but the option's there. And okay, sweet. Willpower robe. I'd rather have that than troll leather. Especially for the ridiculous paralyzed vault. Down to 1%. A lot better. All right. Great. This is going just infinitely smoother than pre-layer. Very few artifacts, though. Like, I don't... The only one I think that makes any sense is the Morning Star. I don't want to commit to staves, right? Oh, we got permafrost. Okay, so that then is the argument for going towards ice, right? Yeah. So 14 fighting, sure. We'll move towards ice. Probably get Freezing Cloud and Osrafridge along the way. But note how there's 5, 11 potentially Yaras, but 16-ish, 17, 18 spell levels of things that I would kind of want to grab shortly. I've already got the spellcasting trained for it. So, yeah, I'm definitely not training the cheapest thing at all times, but I don't know. I think this isn't the worst strategy for a mage when you're not sure what direction you're going in, right? You kind of gotta play around floor RNG, and this kind of feels like a decent experience dump. Oh, I did not mean that. MDEE. But yeah, not gonna bother with Bombard. It doesn't, it does not scale well, in my experience at least. And if I got a bunch of Earth or Conjuration enhancers, for the Earth enhancers work on Permafrost as well, which is it's just a much better spell than Bombard, and it's not close either. Could do Wizardry to get stuff online immediately. Yeah, 26 on Permafrost. That's not amazing, but we'll take it for the option. We are gonna want to use it, but this will be better. But this is one of those situations where you might hot swap Wizardry just for one spell. Permafrost isn't a great example for that. At least not. Oh, god damn it. Okay, here's another good reason to have stealth. This thing. Do not want to deal with that. The only unique in the game I can think of where the predominant strategy is to completely ignore it because it is just not worth engaging with. she's supposed to come with an amulet now, I think half the time, but still, like, it's not. I don't want to put myself in a death situation or a situation to get baned over an amulet, right? I also don't. Same thing with necropolises, they're just not. Typically not worth engaging with. Like, you'll rarely get a necropolis that isn't, you know, horrifically difficult. But most of the time, like, this is what ends up happening for me, at least, is I'll come in, I'll control F to see, you know, what all is available. We could get a rapier or a falchion, neither one I care about. There's some heal wounds, some curing, a ring. Like, the only thing I kind of care about is the potions. And so let's just see. You'd come in over here. So it's dungeon still, mind you. And we have to deal with, you know, 2 ghosts in here. This is a pretty strong mage ghost, right? Big stone arrow, 54 damage. Scorch taking fire resist off and then hitting you with foxfire. So, like, that thing by itself is really dangerous. But you also have the whole vault full of elves. And this guy's not bad, right? He's a little baby ghost. But it just, like, for 2 curing potions, I don't wanna, with no fire resist and with, you know, with being a mage, no fire, no cold, no elect resist, like, this, it's just not a good idea to do this. It's not that it's not doable, right? Like, it's definitely within the realm of possibility to clear that vault, right? It's just what's in there is not worth what you're gonna spend getting it out. So this would be, you know, mutation potion and an unID'd potion. The ghost isn't bad. Freezing wraiths are kind of bad, but yeah, everything in there is gonna slow me. And, you know, 63 damage bolt of training. I don't have fire. Like, my main shtick is OTR ignite. Like, I'm not gonna deal with a crypt level enemy in an Eidolon. Like, it's D12. Like, I'm just not. I'm not even gonna look at the other one because, like, what? That's kind of like the average. It's like the average cost proposal of necropolises in general. Is it ends up looking like that. It's like, okay, do you want to risk death for a curing potion? And for me, the answer is typically no. I think that wakes up Cassandra. No, I don't mean to save. She's way down there. So I'm not. Okay, Orb of Attunement, absolutely amazing. Yeah, okay, so she is able to find me through the mark. We have teleport scrolls to deal with her, at least. So yeah, I figured we wouldn't be able to just kind of walk away, but We're at least starting as a Doombolt as minus sight range, so it doesn't matter. But like this might be right. This might be a case where you would wizardry ring swap, just to like hit her with permafrost from this range. But 23, she's got magic regen amulet, so this is ultimately going to be worth it. It's just a little, it's more dangerous than I wanted it to be, or than I wanted to deal with at this point. But we'll deal with it, it's fine. Now though, yeah, so you get this, and in practice, hopefully, it's just a teleport tax, right? So we do that. I don't need the exclusion. But now, by the time we get to another stair, I think it should be opened, yeah. So like you're able to, you know, just with a teleport scroll, you can kind of get away. So it feels similar to like a wormhole, where their ability is just a specific consumable tax, which you know, doesn't really excite me, but I think that wasn't bad. I mean, hopefully, I don't think it does, but it would be nice if the things it summoned gave you experience at least. So we've got a cold staff. We don't have anything else, but for now I'm gonna keep the scythe on, but it looks like we're gonna go the cold route, because we've got the staff and the orb, wherever it is. There it is. No, what am I? Oh right, it's armor. Okay, so we got the orb. We can get double cold enhancer. That plus permafrost, potentially freezing cloud. The power doesn't really matter on freezing cloud, but just pumping permafrost and probably going for Ozra Fridge, I think is going to be the play. And we've got a bunch of really strong options at that point. Okay. Right. Now, original plan was Sif, and we could do that now. All right, Eli's not going to be mad or anything. But at this point, right, there's nothing here that I would want to emergency cast with Sif. And I have the spells to win the game, right? I can win with Permafrost and Ozra Fridge. It'll just take a while to get it online. So I don't really need the spells from Sif. The mana on demand is something, but you know, you can get by with mana regen. So just, I don't have a lot of Eli wins. I'm kind of dogged on them in the past. So we'll just stick it out with Eli. They've been good to us so far. Yeah, some of this stuff we don't have really good options for. Hello. Sorry, pigs, but you're gonna be collateral damage here. At least one lived. Yeah, 10%. Okay. Did not go that great. Being greedy, I really shouldn't be. It's fine. Other mistake though there. That probably would have gone better if I just switched to just not paying attention. If I'd switched to the cold staff and the orb, the permafrost would have been, a lot more useful. But this might be the first time I've ever cast Pass Wall. Yeah, well, I'll take my own advice real quick. And we can just kind of kite this out with all the mana regen. Might as well put that on now. And 49% power permafrost with very little training in the spell schools. I mean, perfectly good jewelry setup for a mage. Kind of considering, I know I said I'd stick with Eli, but I'm considering Vehement now just because the extra range on permafrost is actually really nice. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it's just like a quality of life thing where you can quiver it and just tab through most things. Gloves of fire. Yeah, we'll put those on. We've got ignite, poison, and yeah, I saw gloves somewhere else, but I don't think we're gonna find. If we get parrying, barring, dex, strength, the strength's really unnecessary, and at least because we're in a robe and have no shield, so what good is strength? I don't think dex or parrying are going to be any or much better, right? I think just the fire enhancer, long term even, is going to be better. So we'll enchant that up, and again, the mountain dwarf thing, like Haven't found any heavy armor worth using. Haven't found any artifacts worth enchanting. So we just don't have anything at the moment, basically. Which I think kind of explains some stuff about Mountain Dwarf and them not being particularly good at winning. Yep. Yeah, I think between, okay, ow. Yeah, it's just a shapeshifter, so it'll, but I think between the MP regen amulet and the attunement orb mana on hit, not gonna bother with Vehement. The mana regen isn't a huge, like it's not the only component for that god, but it's a considerable one. Okay, so I just have to keep, yeah. Some nets are nice. Hello. I mean, I kind of just want to all gribs and see what happens. I can picture myself getting immediately rocked and bolted by the genie, and then ignite isn't gonna do anything to the ugly things or the genie. Neither will OTR, but yeah, there's two staircases here, right? So we only have one other option for a staircase. Hey Baze, by the way. I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth just trying to take all that on at once. Yeah. Like we could, I think, but you know, where does that get us? We're gonna spend stuff we don't want to, and it's not worth it. Okay, that wasn't good. At least the Rakshasa played nice. Yeah, and I think there... No, it was range 6, so Permafrost should have been able to hit the Cyclops. It just didn't. And I'm not totally sure why. But now we can use this staircase again. I do really like really like the mana on hit from this, and I really like that it incentivizes you to actually train staves to get your attack speed up as a mage, because that effectively means you're getting more MP regen. Yeah, we've done Lair and Orc. The early dungeon was a nightmare on this character. Like, horrible, multiple near-death experiences. But we've stabilized. We got Ignite, OTR, we got Permafrost. Like, we're fine now. This is like it's not a one game, but I have the tools to win. I just need to not flub it. That's all it comes down to. This vault might be not great for me. Storm Dragon Zombie. This is more dangerous than I wanted it to be. So, finally using Pass Wall for the first time this game. And it's had some good uses so far. It's really nice with good stealth. Oz armor, sure. Let's grab that. Oh, and the refrig is down to 21% already, so yeah, with double ice enhancers, that's, I mean, again, game's basically over, right? Like how do you lose with just that wiping the screen over and over? I don't really care that much about Freezing Cloud. Like, OTR is going to completely dunk on Spider. So we're actually going to go to Spider first, which I normally wouldn't, especially with no Arpoise or anything. Well, alright, never mind that. We're actually gonna go to Swamp instead. At least long enough to get Swamp Dragon scales, and then I'll feel more comfortable in Spider. Like, it's certainly doable without our poise, but you probably want really high AC for that, and that's not something we have. I have learned how absolutely horrifying these things are as simulacra, right? It could kill me this turn. Like, just the cold is 162 damage. So yeah, fun stuff. I wish, like, obviously I can't do anything about it or even help, but I do wish the simulacra actually had distinct tiles, right? So you could know by looking that this is a Guardian Sphinx. I think it shares a tile with like basic stuff like Yaks or like Death Yaks or whatever. Just you think it's something like really vanilla because it's got the generic tile, but it's so deadly, it's insane. Yeah, so what's the play here? I could be greedy and teleport, but I don't think that's a good idea. So yeah, I'm not an artist, right? But I know that in like a lot of games, they have it set up where they have like palettes, so they can palette swap monsters quickly and easily. You know, for stuff like this. So I don't know, if it was kind of set up that way, you could have one for, I mean, in theory, you could have one for simulacra, one for zombies, one for skeletons. I have no idea how much effort that would be. Probably a ton, because it's not like this is an original idea or anything, right? This is something that obviously would have been thought of by now, and the resources probably just aren't there. But, you know, feature request, I guess. Yeah, we don't need that. Hey, there's our swamp dragon. Do you... you don't have scales. Hey, accessories, cool. And a hat of ice. Oh, we are... Oh, int cloak. Okay. Poison resist. This is great stuff. And flying. Oh, man. Excellent vault to find. Really great stuff. I don't think... Is my cloak even anything? No, it's a complete nothing burger. So we can just put that on. There's no... We don't lose AC or anything. Since we have enlightenment ID'd, we can just wear the ice hat. And we're at triple enhancer before S branches. So let's grab Osra Fridge. Put that there. But, you know, 69 damage to the whole screen. So, I mean, what's the game supposed to do to fight back, right? It's a little one-sided. Let's drop some garbage. You know, we're not gonna... There's no way we use like an actual weapon at this point. It's just staff for the rest of the game. So... Yeah, the wizardry I think is still... Oh, it's not necessary for permafrost. So do we have... Yeah, the protection ring though I think is worth getting. I'm not going to use Lajatong. Ramparts is pretty redundant with Refridge. A Blink Scroll I didn't immediately buy. That's weird for me. The gloves, I'm not going to spend money on Orb. I have the best one. Scarf. It could maybe be a resist scarf, would be nice. The leather could be worth something. I'm not going to worry about Forgecraft now, though. So we could totally kit ourselves out with evocables. I think that might be a good idea. We could get the Morning Star, but like, why? So we've got 2,400. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2120 gold. And then, so not enough quite for the ring and all the evocables, which is maybe a bit greedy. But we can get Tremorstone, Spider, and File. I don't really overall care for Mirror that much. Like it's fine. But it's pretty narrowly useful, I think. Yeah, we have one magic pot. Yeah, okay, so plenty of those. We'll get that up. There's an Evo breakpoint at 11 for Tremor Stones. You get like the max number of explosions then. And there's one at 13 for Sack of Spiders. So plus 1 Evo, 11 will be easy to get to. I really like Immo with Tremor Stones. That's typically a really good option. But now I think we could do either branch first. We could wear the poison resist if we care. We'll put flying on for swamp. The fire resist is probably more relevant in swamp. So because of that, I'm sure it's gonna be like shadows or something, but yeah, invis. All right, not really anything too spectacular. If I don't care about Ozra Fridge, I can get some AC. It's not too bad. Orbs of Entropy, no Orbs of Fire. So we could also we could drink our mutation potions to get rid of that. But we don't have, all right, there's one buckler. But attunement is so much stronger than a buckler. So we're not bothering with that. I'm just gonna be a little cautious and wear poison resist. Yeah, permafrost is still fine. It'll just be a minute until we get Refridge online, but that's fine. All right, that's a great start. Yeah, all right. Nice try, dungeon. Who looks foolish now? Me, seemingly. Jesus. Yeah, it's me actually. That's unexpected. $39, and they're a little fast. 41 fast. 80% chance to get rid of the worm. I don't like this. I don't want to spend the blank. Okay, that's better. Okay, almost bad, but that's also kind of a good argument for putting the wizardry back on, I think. Just being able to refridge there safely might have been better, but okay. there any? No, there's nothing up here, so we've got to deal with the trap. All right, cool. Yeah, so that's enough damage to one-shot the wisps. These are immune. The crabs, I can never remember which crabs are like immune to poison, which are vulnerable to it. Moving too fast. Yeah, we'll... There's no reason for me to use boomerangs. We'll queue up permafrost. Reflection amulet, that might be a good idea. If we didn't have this. Hurling fire, we already spent the armor scrolls. Can we get swamp scales already? I don't really need the will in here. Yeah, so in this vault, at least, we're going to go for cold resist instead. Where am I getting? Why do I have two? Oh, right, the staff. Okay. So I guess the cold resist robe is unnecessary. We can just permafrost through the grates and kind of be a little cheesy about this. Ooh. Not going to use it, but that and kite shield. Yeah, just so I can, I want Vehement just so I can press P when things come into line of sight, not have to think about it. Same situation again, just a shitty first stare that I'm tempted to just fight at. We could refridge. I think it, maybe the mosquito. No, it would hit everything. So I'm gonna spend a turn just doing that. Yeah, we passed all the stealth checks, that's great. So yeah. Poor game never stood a chance. Yeah. Gonna be pretty boring from here out because it's fish in a barrel at this point. Don't need the wizardry, but I don't think we need the AC either, honestly, with just overwhelming offense like this. We can just stare dance. No reason to stop with ice. And there's the swamp scales, finally. And you're not immune. Yeah, very little chance. So let's, the cold is redundant, but okay, and this says literally no downside. Yeah, plus 4 AC lets us wear the cloak. Yeah, that's fine. But like this is what saying about Mountain Dwarf is just like the racial so far has amounted to, and that like just now too, it's kind of kicked in, but it's 4 AC, right? And not just free, but it's like minus 1.5 EV to get it as well. So it like is, I don't think like 2 AC, or, 2 or 3 AC in total is great as a racial bonus. And obviously, like we don't have the enchant scrolls for artifacts, so that's also does nothing for us. Yeah. like in theory, you can do some interesting stuff with Mountain Dwarf. At least in practice right now, not very good. I think, I think even outside, like if we just call this, like this character, an isolated incident, I still don't think those racials really help at all in the early game, where it kind of matters, right? Like getting to this point, like I don't need help now. I don't need 2 AC on this artifact. Like that's not what's problematic. It's getting to this point safely, and it was not easy. Only 17. I should probably use Enlightenment, but I want to save them. Ooh. What the oh, wow. That's really mean, actually. I don't... How... Oh, okay. So it has the 2 attacks, which are 50, and Enlightenment would have been a good idea. Didn't really help that much. We'll do that again. Two Telly versus 1 of 2 Enlightenment, I think is worth it. And we finally got our explosion wand, and it's Ice Blast. So fitting with the ice theme. Whatever. I normally wouldn't really care about this stupid witch, but yeah, there's this guy too. Just because they can, yeah, they can spawn wands, which it's kind of weird to me that that gimmick is doubled up on in Swamp. Like the Elenomas can turn into wands as well, so I don't know why two different monsters have that going on, but back to that. Swamp Dragon. Yeah, RCR Poise I think is perfectly workable for Spider. There's no will checks in here, so Gribs, Oz, Refridge. Yeah, this is pretty nutty. Can I lose Wizardry? Yep. Alright, 22 AC is a lot more comfortable. Ghost Moth I'm not happy about. Yeah, I figured you'd do that. This isn't that bad with RC, so let's still not dead. Yeah, it's on top of me. And it's dead. Cool. I could wear the robe, but I don't care that much. See, this is the other. It's a weird, subtle downside, but without Vehement and with Permafrost quivered, a lot of the time I'm just like I'm casting it with F instead of P, and because it's like smite targeted, I'll just try and fire it even if nothing's there or in range if you cast it that way. Okay. Yeah, let's go for that now. But because of that, I'm like consistently doing that and just starting fights with less mana than I should. If you cast it normally, like Z casting, doesn't matter. This though, I'm just gonna say I care about it for whatever reason, and we'll go back over there. Don't think it's really important to get, but this looks like one of the tiny ones that is basically not ever worth doing. Yeah, so this is gonna try and constrict me, which I really don't want to deal with. We can turn this stuff around on him, but I would rather charm the Hydra if I can. Don't think it's necessary though, yeah. You can also just back up for a second, get mana. Okay, that was worth it. Leather of Resist is great endgame armor. There's the range issue. Not that bad though. seemed pretty worth it. Invis is nice to have. I think I got some other good stuff. So worth a revel. Well, that's not great, because then it's wandering around while it's blind. No, at least I can just do this. I think they have, yeah, they have RC, but hopefully, yeah, is not so much that we can't get past it. Hi, Isel. Can Isel not swim? I guess they can't swim through deep water. That's interesting. I thought like every snake could, but they're just, poor thing, just trapped on that little island. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. All right, we're at 11 on Evo. Get that. Yeah, we might as well get Divine Vigor online. I mean, it's really cheap. But there's not much. There's not much more to get at this point. Nothing matters anyway. Yeah, finishing the game, just a formality. You know, gotta do the paperwork. Shapeshift. Hey, what's up, Gnome? We are kicking ass and taking names on this mountain dwarf finally. We've got triple ice enhancer with permafrost and refridge. Yeah, I decided to stick with Eli because, like, by the time I felt comfortable enough to switch, like, I had the spells to finish the game, right? And I don't have anything, like, if I had maybe, like, I don't know, Death's Door or something, we could maybe justify Sif more, but I don't need the spells. I don't need the mana either with MP regen and attunement orb, so it's just, I mean, like, it's fine. Eli's fine. It's just kind of talking, not paying attention. it's just kind of a shame, I think, on Mountain Dwarf with the huge Invo app to just, you know, play a god that doesn't really care that much. And so you're somewhere next to me, and you're dead. Okay, I think the I think the chance to like heal stuff goes up with Invo, but it's not. I don't think it's significant enough to really like invest heavily into, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Certainly not an Eli expert. Not a great idea, but we're getting tabby. Yeah, I typically avoid good gods because like this is, I don't like, I would love to have Death Channel. It's a great spell, but not allowed. And like they're just not, you know, if you're a filthy min-maxer, or you're trying to play to win the game, it's just not like they're not strong enough to warrant the limitation. Yeah, I mean, like I thought the Abyss wasn't evil. Like it's, I don't think it's, I thought it was just chaotic. So like I think only Xin should care, but I also don't think they should care about distortion, right? But, you know, whatever. Yeah, like I'm just not allowed. Yeah, Xin totally get, you know, Xin being anti-chaos, being more restrictive, totally. Don't use Disto, don't use Malign, don't use any weird, don't use anything weird. But I guess it's a fine line between chaotic and evil, right? But like this is not close. These things are not, they're not really putting up a fight. Hey, Wigloff. I don't think your hat's better than mine, but I'll still take it. Yeah, that and that. We're just gonna. There you are. Not thrilled. All right, we're good. Is this 6%? I think we need like 14 or 15. We've got attunement, which I've won with a couple times now. I actually recently like took the time to go back and look at like all the games that I've won. Just because I was curious if I had ever not used a shield, right? And outside of like a conduct run for like crawl cosplay, the amount of times I've done two-hand melee is 0. It's literally 0. So the only times I used the only times I went like one hand and didn't use a shield was very recently with 2 mages with Orb of Attunement. So that's, you know, that's kind of my feeling on the general power level of attunement is it's totally worth giving up a shield. Like absolutely better than a buckler. Debatable on kite shield, but like having the extra enhancer and that it's flexible too. So it's basically an orb of arch magi. Arc magi. I mean, you can say it however you want. But you know, a flexible spell enhancer that gives you I shouldn't have done that. Gives you a not insignificant amount of mana on hit. Like you can get 3 mana back a hit. And if you have, you know, staves at min delay, which is only 12, you can get 3 mana back every, you know, 0.6 turns. So like 6 mana a turn, almost 5-6 mana. Multiple miscasts. But yeah, getting, you know, a really significant amount of mana back per turn feels really nice. Where the fuck? Where are you at? I don't want to like just walk around, but okay, there you are. No, and there I did the thing again where I blinded it and now it's wandering. I'm leaving. I don't care about this. Pretty annoying. Orb of Glass. That was pretty good when it first came out. Like the chance was way higher. Like I think nearly like 50% or more at max evo. And it didn't seem like crazy at that point. Scarf of Resist, nice. Yeah, how much do we care? I mean, Elf is where I'm going next. And no Auralek. Well, we can wear the staff, but 60% power, 85%. Ugh. Big difference. I could maybe like, I could maybe train air and get freezing cloud or arc jolts, but I don't think it matters at all. We'll avoid getting bounced. It's fine. All this crap, I don't need. On the leather. Don't need the arpoise. The will I care about though. Yeah, I definitely care about the will. So we'll, no, not resist. We'll do repulsion. We can put the hat on. Then we can at least dodge banish with enlightenment. It's easy to do. And the Arlec, we'll avoid getting bounced and be fine. Yeah, I'm fairly happy with that. We'll put this on just because chasing stuff down in here is a pain in the ass sometimes. Necropolis. No, you're not. You're not worth a revel. Yeah, that's fine. The air elemental is an actual problem, though. You don't have RC. Okay. You're not really an issue. Even without one of the enhancers, it's not a big deal. Hello. Get staves back up because like, that amount of regen, of mana regen, is just really strong. And we have good Evo and ice, so the melee is actually gonna be effective. Don't care. Maybe probably cancel. Yeah, just one. We're probably not using the shield. But a resist shield, you know, maybe. Maybe on a different character. Hello. I feel like I'm not that worried about banishment, actually. Like, I don't have regen, but I'll just risk it. Not that scared. Like the glaive is way scarier. is definitely the play here. Is this? No, this is the... It's not the necropolis. Here it is. Very likely there's no reason to be here again. The RF ring is nice. The other artifact I'd like to see. And artifact fire dragon scales and mute pots. Okay, so this is kind of above average for one of these. Let's see what they want us to deal with. The plasma beam is scary, but I think it's doable. Don't have incredible tools to deal with this though. I mean, the fridge. We could swap the hat back to the ice enhancer to just make that a bit easier, but the ghost is the real problem. A shop. I wouldn't mind that. And here, got some dragons and a bunch of ice stuff. And what do you? Alright, you're just a basic melee guy. Most inclined to do this one, but it's still not great. I don't want to use my one immolation scroll on this. Like, OTR doesn't work. It would just have to be permafrost spam at like half effectiveness. So not really thrilled about that. But let's try. I think if I brilliance, it'll be fine. And let's actually use Divine Vigor. Gets us 10 extra mana. That's nice. We'll do that. Brilliance. I don't think we need to haste. Yeah, the uncontrolled nature on permafrost is a problem. And this, I guess, doesn't have reach, even though it's got. And the Pumpkinhead Scythe Halloween thing is cute. Yeah, haste probably would have been smarter. You're not immune, neither of you are, but okay, was that gonna be worth? No, I don't want there. Was that gonna be worth a brilliance potion? Remains to be seen. If we can even kill this ghost now. It's resistant to everything. as like a way to disengage, but it's been really useful for that this run. Probably owing to the high stealth. Okay. If we can get a bunch of will, that would be good. Or potentially good. Definitely not gonna use it right now. Ring was worth it though. This is just a chance at a potentially decent ring. I don't care about the lightning rod. Mute pot is not really important either. So how bad was this one? Crystal Golem, Gold Dragon, Vault, Orange Crystal Statue. Do you not have a ghost? There you go. Yeah, you're just the melee ghost. So yeah, let's come down here. Could pacify that. I think if we try that again, not with the Brilliance Potion, but and this one doesn't have RC, so this should be a lot. Ugh. Yeah, I shouldn't have cornered myself down here. Poor positioning there. Just went down when I should not have. It goes super easy though. And let's see. Okay, nothing I can even use. Cool. Mutation potion. I don't care. I'm not gonna. It's really unlikely I replace a big int ring. But I'm just gonna be greedy. Frozen. It's not good. Do that again. You have the plasma beam that's scary. So I think it's permafrost. Yeah. All right, easy peasy. And the rest of this is just nothing. Okay, sweet. We got, that was worth it. So we got our poise and double will, which could let us wear this fire dragon scale. So let's just see what that looks like real quick. Double fire, no cold. Staff can't outdo it. I had RC somewhere, I thought. I guess not. I'm not too thrilled with this. It's not a ton. It's not a ton of AC, like not enough for me to really care. double will ring's great though. Definitely worth the teleport scrolls, I think. Okay. A weird interaction between permafrost and the new wall monsters. I doubt it can actually target them. Yeah, we'll just do that. Like there's nothing else that matters. You can just kind of dump experience wherever. Alright, cool. Almost never see artifact animal skin. Come on. Alright, second MO, that's nice. Yeah, how? Okay, so it can actually target it. So that's nice. And spell we can't use because Eli. I'm not worried about it though. We could wear the willpower cloak instead. But like what? I don't think anything else here is worth it. No, let's not do Hall of Blades. There's no actual reason to. And this shouldn't, like, this isn't Hall of Blades, right? Like, you can't, as far as I know, you can't actually dig into Hall of Blades like this. It's just like a disconnected part of the level. Okay. Looks like the end vault. We'll be mildly cautious. But yeah, with this much firepower, it's not necessary, I don't think. But I like two-shotting Louise with permafrost, like what? How can you go wrong? Hey, an Arlek int ring, that's excellent. And you can't do anything to me. Okay. Just do the usual hit and run on the elf end vault. We're strong, but we don't need to be cocky about it. And that's why Zenata is not something to mess around with. And yet, you know, 3 casts and she's gone. She can just get out of hand really quickly. A lot of nice jewelry, it looks like. We can ignore that, but we're finally full. Don't need 2 of these. Don't need slang, don't need dex. Don't need dissipation. Don't need this. This though, that neck, probably worth using. Dissipation's just like a side bonus. Okay, and we should have hoovered up. Yeah, of course the necro staff we can't use. Don't need alk. Don't need second cold. Stop picking stuff up. And what have we missed? Our poise ring, I don't care. Undead Hunter would be, would be kind of funny if we got Platinum Paragon online. But there's, we're not going that route at this point. There's just no reason. So probably the rest of our experience, pretty much, unless we come across Polar Vortex. Well, there's Hellfire Mortar. So as I say that, there's another great spell to spend experience on. So we'll probably get Hellfire Mortar just cause like it's really good. And actually, is there? No, it's not gonna tell me if it has like RC or not. But I'm thinking like Hellfire Mortar with Ozrafridge spam would be pretty strong. This, I don't know if it's better than mana regen. And I'm almost definitely gonna wear that for vaults. Lost a pip of stealth, but it's fine. We've got really high will, got Arlec, RCRF. We've got every resist I could possibly want. Well, not possibly, but every resist I actually want for vaults. Might as well get Mortar for the fire enhancer. Jewelry looking really solid though. This too, gonna be really useful for Orbs of Entropy. Gonna do Crypt and hopefully get a second like RN++ ring. Just make us bowl right over those things. But yeah, we're looking in good shape now. Character had a rough start, but now we're really, really strong. So the rest of the game is not going to be interesting at all, unfortunately. But we still gotta finish it out. That's it for me for today, though. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Gnome, Baze, nice to see you. I'll probably finish this tomorrow. Till then, though, take care, everyone.